Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another stats lesson. This lesson is about the shapes of distributions. We're also going to do some discussions of what the shapes tell you about the mean and the median for these. Let's take a look at a histogram. This particular histogram has a big clump of data in the middle, so almost everything is right here in the center, and it just kind of trails off to the right and the left, about the same amount. Take a look at another kind. Notice the big clump of data actually looks like a bulge to the right, and it shows off pretty far to this side, whereas that side kind of ends pretty quickly. And a third kind, well, the bulk of the data is on the left in this case, since the previous one was to the right, and the data kind of trails off a long way over here. Well, what's this going to do to the mean and the median for each of these cases? Back to this first case, where everything seems to be in the middle. Well, so are the mean and the median. The mean and the median sit in the middle, pretty much on top of each other. There's not a whole lot of difference between them. The next case over, on the other hand, the median is close to this big clump of data, and the mean gets pulled even farther this direction. As you notice, as we're getting farther and farther out here, we're getting far enough out that we might even be approaching outlier territory, and the mean always gets pulled toward outliers. Well, on this side then, if the median is going to be somewhere around the middle, then to the right side we're expecting the mean, and sure enough it is. Well, that's okay for histograms and the big clumps of square bars, but let's look at some curves instead. This particular curve, notice the mean and the median are dead in the middle. This is called a normal curve, or a curve that has no skew. Well, no skew, thanks. Wonder what that means. That's a new term for us. Well, let's look at one that actually has some skew, and maybe we'll get a picture of it. This one is said to have skew because the big lump of data is here, and this longer side is called the tail. Notice the mean is pulled toward this side where the tail is. Well, when it's pulled to that side, or the left side in this case, that's also the negative direction as far as the number line goes, it's said to be negatively skewed. The negative skewed name has nothing to do with where the big clump of data is. It has everything to do with where that tail is headed in the negative direction. Well, if this one happens to be the negatively skewed with the tail in the negative direction, this other one, as you look at this curve, notice again the mean's pulled toward the tail, and the tail is pointed off into the positive direction of the number line. This is said to be positively skewed. Positively skewed data, of course, has nothing to do with the clump of data. It's only about the tail, and this tail happens to be headed off into the positive direction. So, in short summary, the mean tends to follow the tail or the direction of the skew. Thank you, and have a great day.